As Oliver wandered the wilderness, he began to become used to survival outside of civilization. He had learned how to hunt with his trusty knife. He often ate rabbit, but found a few other animals to eat as well. While Oliver was not trained much in survival, he appreciated the strengths that he did know. He had recently bought a tent and some canned fruits in a nearby town. He made sure to be careful with his identity, as the accusers might be anywhere. They were searching for him, all because of a book that exposed the truth about them. Oliver made sure to keep it hidden so as to assure that no accuser may get it. Oliver had set up a camp for himself in the wilderness. He had a tent and fire where he could cook his food and boil his water. He would then sleep in his tent, secure and with a full stomach. However, as time went by, he began to run out of money. Time was running out. Oliver spent most of his day studying the book and practicing his skills in conflict. He became very good with his knife. It had been 4 months since Oliver had ran away from his home in Altoston. 4 months since he abandoned his family. That day burned itself in Oliver's psyche, causing him great embarrassment and self-disapproval. He wished that he could get his family back sooner, but he feared if he was unprepared, he would die without saving them. Oliver's general plan was to get his family out of Altoston. They would then attempt to live their life far away. Oliver also planned to kill the top leaders of the accusers. This way, there could be a hope that his family could be safe. He lived about 15 miles away from any nearby town. Each week, he would travel to get more food. The trip would often last 2 days. He was about 62 miles away from Altoston. He stayed this far away because he was afraid of the accusers finding him and killing him. Despite his isolation from society, he later found himself not totally alone. One morning, Oliver woke up to see a man laid down near his fire. At first, Oliver was afraid that it was an accuser. However, the man woke up to explain himself. The man introduced himself as simply Alexander. He seemed to have a terrible headache, which Oliver figured was a hangover. Oliver asked him to leave, but Alexander would not budge. He just laid there, every once in a while shouting about his head. Oliver was not sure what to do with him. "Do you have any money?" asked Alexander. "Not any for you," said Oliver. Alexander stood up, although shakily. "Please, man, I need some more to drink." "You're an alcoholic." "Yeah, so? I'd much rather be an alcoholic with a good life than sober with a terrible one." "That's a terrible way to live. I don't care. Give me the money." "No," Oliver said, reaching for his knife. Alexander looked at Oliver's knife and realized he was defenseless. "Fine, you win." "Why are you here?" asked Oliver. "I honestly am not sure, although I do remember beating someone up and then the police come after me. I might ask the same about you, though." "I'm just trying to survive," said Oliver, not wanting to give away too much information to a stranger. As he said this, Alexander reached over to a nearby bag, the bag that had the book against the accusers in it. "Don't touch that. I will kill you right here," Oliver threatened. Alexander dropped the bag and held up his hands. "Sorry, man, just looking. Don't." For the next few days, Alexander kinda stayed with Oliver. He would be gone in the evening and then would show up again drunk in the morning. Oliver was constantly terrified at this man. Even if he was not an accuser, he had to be a criminal. Any moment, Oliver expected Alexander to kill him. However, the opposite seemed to happen. Alexander would come back with some food. He would share it with Oliver. Oliver then watched Alexander cook it, ensuring that there was no poison in the food. Oliver began to feel at ease with Alexander. One day, however, Alexander came back with 2 pistols. Oliver's fear shot through the roof at seeing this, but Alexander seemed to hand one to Oliver. "I got this for you," he said. "Why?" "You said you want to survive. Let me help you do that." Alexander then showed Oliver how to work a pistol, how to load it, take care of it, and shoot it. Oliver was challenged to shoot a rock from far away. He soon became successful, thanks to Alexander's training. Again, Alexander was doing the opposite of what Oliver expected him to do. He felt more relaxed again. "What put you out here, Oliver?" asked Alexander. I escaped a group that wants me dead. I'm originally from Altoston. I'm trying to survive before I go back to Altoston to give my family back. Why? If there's anything I've learned, man, is that family will judge you for no matter what you do. Leave them be and you'll be free. Live out here with me, not after some family in Altoston. Oliver was disgusted. How dare you suggest that? My family means everything to me. Oliver was horrified at the suggestion Alexander made. There was nothing in life more important to Oliver than his wife and his daughter. He was prepared to make any sacrifice that is needed for them. Oliver no longer felt like he could trust Alexander again. One day, Alexander came back especially drunk. He could barely stand up straight. Oliver noticed this and tried to keep his distance. However, at one point, Alexander swung his fist at Oliver while he wasn't looking. The punch mostly missed, but it still scratched Oliver's left cheek. Oliver stood up, shocked. "What are you doing? Don't go away. I need you so I can get money. The police have an enormous reward for you. Come here." "No!" Oliver shouted, running away. "No, don't go. Why don't you trust me? I've given you food. I've taught you how to use a pistol." Oliver realized now why Alexander had done all those things. It was to gain his trust so he could get the reward from the police. Oliver continued to run as he came across one of the pistols Alexander had taught him with. He removed the safety and pointed it to Alexander. "I don't want to kill you, but I will if you try to attack me." Alexander's face went red and he ran towards Oliver, enraged. Without thinking, Oliver pulled the trigger. Alexander fell down, his head shot. Oliver didn't even know what to think for a moment. He had killed Alexander.